Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Galactic Family Podcast, a place where curiosity meets courage, science meets consciousness, and the search for the truth goes far beyond the limits of our world. I am your host, Jay Albertson, Army veteran and Bronze Star recipient, with my host, George, and this platform was created for one simple reason: to bring honest conversations to the forefront of humanity's greatest questions. Here, we explore UFOs and UAPs, advanced technology, human consciousness, hidden history, and the future of our species, alongside scientists, military veterans, researchers, experiencers, and voices that deserve to be heard. But this show is more than just a podcast. It's also a community, a family built on respect, open minded thinking, and the belief that truth should never be feared and never be forgotten. Whether you are here for science, the mystery, the disclosure movement, or a deeper understanding of who we are and where we are going, you belong here. So take a breath, open your mind, and get ready. This is the Galactic Family Podcast.
Hello.
George!
Hello. Well, it's not just me; it's everyone who's taken part. Hey, Jay, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great, man. We had a little bit of a mix-up with the guest again.
Yeah, technical gremlins.
I'm telling you, I need to get myself a scheduler, like someone who can, because Walter got the schedule. He got it.
Mm-hmm.
He accepted because the times and everything, but I didn't have on there. I said 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. However, I didn't have right after what it would be in his time zone in Germany.
Yeah,
Which
so
is 6 hours ahead or 7 hours
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. I think all good things come to those who wait, and slowly catchy. You know, it's kind of like I'm very excited to meet Walter and talk to him about the Dogon tribe in Mali in West Africa and his years of study as an anthropologist, and really kind of cutting to the quick of the mythology and how that could be interplayed with extraterrestrial alien visitation, UAP, UFO. I think you said the Dogon tribe was mentioned on Ancient Aliens, and it's in the lore. It's in the lore about understanding that they have a potentially pre-Diluvian, pre-Atlantean flood mythology. So really, I'm very interested in speaking to him. What I mean, like, while we're here, what else is coming up on the Galactic Family podcast, and what's going down? We need to tell people out there what's happening. What's happening?
Well, what's happening is we've got some great guests coming up.
January's been pretty packed, and I think February's getting pretty packed already, and people are queuing up for March. So we've got it's going to be a pretty crazy schedule. Oh wow, okay. The shaman investigator.
Yep, the shaman investigator, and I'll give you the exact time and date here in just 1 second.
Okay, and while you're searching up the exact time and date on that one,
it is the shaman investigator is January 23rd at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that has been confirmed by him, so we're good on that.
Okay, yeah, it's in your time zone.
Yes, I know. So now this is going to be a good one though, George, because he joins us from the History Channel of Monster Quest, the TV show.
I haven't watched TV since about the X-Files in the mid-90s. What is Monster Quest, and What was his role on that, and what's he doing? What you know?
Dude, Monster Quest is a TV show I grew up with when I was a kid, man. Like, it was so cool. And like they went into cryptids, and they went into like different traditions. It was a great TV show to get into, like, if you're getting into cryptid research and stuff like that. They were at the forefront of it in the beginning. When I was a kid growing up, they were in the swamps and they were in the jungles and they were looking for these creatures.
I've seen a map online. I'm just going to restart my webcam in a minute because it seems to have auto-focused.
Oh,
but it's okay. I'm usually quite blurry, and it's probably the best way to approach me.
Yeah, his name, if anybody is wondering, is Brandon Cooper.
Brandon Cooper.
Yep, he's a paranormal investigator, shamanic practitioner, and founder of Supernatural Inc. As well as
I need a membership card with that. Supernatural Incorporated. That's great.
Yeah. As well as a lead investigator with the Paranormal Task Force.
Okay.
Woohoo!
That's so he takes presumably take his spiritual understandings into the field when researching paranormal and cryptozoology, cryptids, and these kind of things. Is it that?
Yeah, he's a dedicated member of Supernatural Incorporated, he's featured in the newest season of Monster Quest, where his expertise in the field and his experience continues to shed light on some of the world's most unexplained encounters out there. And George will be back in here in a second. He's restarting his. Oh, there it is.
I think it's working.
And the echo.
Is the echo gone?
And the echo is not gone. I love hearing myself. No, I'm kidding.
It's all gremlins today. Is that better?
It is too.
Mic check. Yeah.
Nope.
Okay. I can leave I'm not pressing the end stream button, but I think by restarting my camera, the StreamYard has had a brain.
Anyway, so we got the shaman investigator from Monster Quest.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. All right, then we got, let's see what's on next.
Hopefully it'll level itself out. We're doing Woodstock. Okay, viewer audience. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna leave the studio. I'm gonna come back in. All right.
We're doing Woodstock. Let's get
somebody, believe it or not, whistling Mike. Somebody actually mentioned Woodstock coming back around again. I think it's I'd like that'd be a heck of an event.
Oh boy.
Right, give me a second. I'm gonna.
Yeah, you're fine. Pop Star's getting a good laugh anyway, so we're good. Yeah, and I found all of our little things that we have coming up. Oh yeah, I want to put that out there too. Oh man, good. I just remembered that as well. Oh, hold on. I gotta tell everybody about this. This is a good one to bring up. Let's see. Is George back? George is back.
I'm
George
back.
back.
I actually went to Sirius B and then came back again. But it's very fast.
Oh, dude! Like you should have stopped and picked me up a postcard or something on the way.
Well, if you look to your right, there's a little meteoric memento that I kind of picked up for you.
Oh, nice, dude. See, I love. Hold on. Now everybody wants to see it.
Yeah. Show and tell,
I
bro.
love little meteorite people.
How cool is that? That's one of the best things I've seen in a long time, Jay.
It's an iron. It's made from an iron meteorite.
Yeah, meteoric iron. That came up in a discussion the other day as well. The meteoric iron having certain properties that are not found. Yeah, that's definitely the little kind of grey, interesting character there. That's so cool. I'm a little bit green. I have a bit of jelly.
I love these things, dude. Like they're so cool. Sitting there and decorating on top. It's so cool having stuff like that. Oh, where'd I get it? It's actually a one-time thing. Somebody made these two things for me and sent them to me.
That's
from
cool.
Made from an iron meteorite. They melted down the meteorite. They cast iron these out of it, and it's like their own sculptures they made into like alien figures.
I mean, you talk about limited edition, and then there's iron meteorite limited edition. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, that stuff don't come around. It's not like we did a print run of 500. It's like we did a print run of 4.
Yeah, but we also got like stuff like this, man. Like the Shaman Investigator, like the cryptid shows are pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, like my obviously based in the UK, we have the Loch Ness Monster. We were talking a little bit the other day about Black Shook, the demon dog of Suffolk, and then there's the Beast of Bodmin Moor, which could be a large roaming cat. There's a few kind of creatures in the British. I just literally just said British countryside, and over in Ayr Island as well. But I think when you hit mainland USA, the amount of different lore and mythology concerning cryptids is crazy comparative to other nation states. But certainly Australia has a lot, and then going into Europe, there's all sorts of different cryptids. And I'll be interested to speak to Mr. Cooper about how he feels about cryptozoology and what he's discovered. So yeah, definitely looking forward to the Shaman Investigator.
100%, man. And like we've also got I'll give you a sneak peek at one of the guests that I have coming up that is in my mind, Elon Musk, start packing.
Yeah.
Like, add it to the stage here. This is a buddy of mine who founded this company, who is now at the awards ceremony for the NAQI neural earbuds with invisible user interface, meaning you don't have to get your brain surgically, you don't have to have a surgical operation to get Neuralink implanted to your brain. All it is a actual headphone set that goes into your ear and can actually do everything like Neuralink, which it's incredible. And he's one of the people. Dave Siegel is his name.
Are you going to have him on the show? Is he coming on?
Yes,
wow.
He's at the awards ceremony actually right now. He just accepted this, about a couple days ago. The 2026 Best of Innovation Award
at the CES. I mean, that's he's got Best of Innovation. So it's proof of concept. It's beyond prototype. It's working, and they're going to roll it out. Effectively, what this, from my understanding of Neuralink by Elon Musk and so on, this is non-invasive, personal use, mind to computer technology interface. So typing with your mind, or controlling a mouse on a screen with your mind, or controlling a drone, controlling whatever interface system that you've got planned. But I think, like from my mind, would I go and get a chip put on my brain? Maybe, like in a certain circumstance. But this brings up high usability to the mass market. So, wow. He's going to come on the show. This is it's step out the way, Elon.
I'm telling you, man, like if you don't have to have surgery to get this stuff done, like it's the new frontier. That's all.
The only reservations I would have, and I want to kind of speak to him from a tech point of view, is what could be the negative uses of these things.
That is what it looks like, and that is the website right there that anybody can.
Regular set of like funky earbuds, right?
Yeah, I'll just show that right there because I don't want to get hit up on anything else, but he's not on here yet.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to speaking to the gentleman who runs this company. He's just won Best Innovation at CES 2026.
It's going to be incredible, man. Really incredible. But if anybody wants, they can check out his company, and it's something to keep in the back of your mind. Ooh, pun. All right, let's get it going here. So also on top of that now, we have another speaker coming up, and we'll do actually we'll go back and forth here.
Yeah, no worries.
So another thing we have coming up, which will be pretty cool, is oh my God, George, it's a UFO.
This image was created and I think it tells a story, right? Because when you talk about human alien reproduction vehicles, and then all the well-known USA contractors like General Electric, Northrop Grumman, and obviously Lockheed Skunk Works, these are private corporations, and so I just like came up with the idea of, hey, what happens if the UFO is sponsored by various companies that are displayed on your screen now, which we're just to let the viewers know, we're not being paid by any of these, but we are available for corporate sponsorship at any point. So if any of these large transnationals wants to sponsor the Galactic Family, we can go into discussions. I have a black pen and everything, and can sign my name.
Sure, like, do you see this thing? Like, could you imagine, dude? I see it. I see it happening, dude. I do.
Yeah. Can you imagine what when you get to the next galaxy over, and you make first contact, and like, or they have their own versions of UAP, and you meet up in space, and they're like, who's this guy? It's kind of like the Ferengi off the Star Trek universe.
It definitely is.
That's kind of, I don't know. Human culture, modern civilization. Are we even a stage 1 Kardashev scale civilization? I don't think we are yet. I think we're about 60% of the way to a stage 1.
Yeah.
But all of these companies seem to run our lives in some form or another. All these corporations seem to run our lives one way or another. There's no getting away from it. Even in the farthest flung reaches of the planet, people have heard of some of these companies.
Well, look at what's going on now. Like, if one of these companies was up for sale, the other ones would be so vicious over takeover, like is happening right now with there's what is it, Warner Brothers,
right? Yeah, Netflix,
like Warner Brothers hostile takeover. Like, I was like, wow, like that's I don't like the word hostile. I think it should be peacefuler.
Yep, boardroom warfare, man. It's how
but who are you going to have? You got so many out there, though.
I mean, there's Blackwater, BlackRock. There's kind of various large investment firms. These transnational corporations. I suspect this may be a personal view, that the transnational corporations have more technology potentially in development in their research and development labs than the actual people that you'd hope would have them, i.e. the administration and governments of the planet.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you've got to think in terms of power play. So with this so-called drone UFO, UAP, if you want to call them that, but certainly the media is calling them so-called drones over New Jersey or the entire east coast of west coast of America. You do wonder if this is, and is it Chinese? Is it Russian? Is it ours? Is it? We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. And like, it could be a transnational third-party player, right? A new player has entered the game.
Well, it's like Plant Popstar said, and you know what, Plant Popstar? I just got one thing to say about your try our new ultra whitening toothpaste complete thing that you said. I want to know about your interdimensional toothbrush, but we'll talk about that later.
We need to get on the show at some point, definitely.
We'll get Planet Popstar, the rock star, on here to I'm not going to tell it. She tells it so much better, but it's the interdimensional toothbrush.
A very real and scary prospect, including additional adverts on your mobile phone just because you've thought of something.
Oh God, dude. Oh boy,
Actually talking corporate for a moment, Jay. Talking corporate. Did you hear about the UK news media report from a ex-Bank of England contingency planner advisor who had written a report to the UK's financial private bank, i.e. the Bank of England, or private central bank, Bank of England, and had warned them that if disclosure takes place, there could and the words were an alien invasion, which again is a threat narrative. So this threat narrative is being pushed quite heavy at the moment.
Yeah, and I'm about to bring that up actually.
And effectively, the Bank of England being briefed on financial instability in the event that little green men turn up in flying discs.
Listen, I'm with the fact that if anyone shows up, little green men, listen, it's going to be the same thing like always, okay? First of all, you have to go to work. You have to, the world still continues on.
Yeah. But it puts the financial paradigm and the love of money and the greed and problems associated with that, with distribution of wealth, financial wealth globally. When you start looking at financial distribution globally, and correct me if I'm wrong, the statistic that most people on planet Earth live on less than $3 a week, right? Most people.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you're talking about financial distribution, well, now suddenly you've got this one planet amongst all of these civilizations around us, looking at us, going, "What are you doing?" So yeah, it could rock the boat quite heavily. Can you imagine like a team of intergalactic traveling bank salespeople going to other planets and introducing financial systems? I suspect maybe people who work in banking could be aliens themselves, but that's just a personal suspicion.
I suspect that is definitely the case.
Yeah, somewhat like I think if aliens have been here, have been manipulating humanity, have been treating it as some kind of space lab or operations base, or they've been mingling with us in some way, and yes, I use the word mingle. If they've been mingling with us in some way and there's a control factor to their operation, you would assume that they would go into law, banking, government administration. So really just like the film, They Live, in a lot of ways. Anyway,
all right, I finally found it here. If I can.
Okay. What we found?
I found what you were talking about with the Bank of England and everything, man. This is
relatively current news.
pretty interesting stuff, man. Like, let's bring that up here.
It is behind a paywall, but I mean, the thing is, it's very unusual in British media press to have something quite so serious. And as far as I'm aware, this was the Times of England newspaper in Scotland, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, so we've got breaking. The Bank of England has been advised to prepare for a major financial crisis that could be triggered by an official announcement confirming the existence of aliens.
Yeah, I mean,
And
that's
then
a heck
this
of a headline.
one, yep, and then I'll share the next one with everybody here, which is the actual headline from them, which should be right here.
There's an NHI behind you. Princess is roaming around.
Oh yeah, that's she's definitely an NHI.
Yeah. My NHI is currently asleep next to me on the table.
All right, here we go. So here's what they're saying, George.
Okay. Yeah. Shall I read or?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, a former analyst at the central bank has urged Governor Andrew Bailey to put contingencies in place to prevent collapse if alien life is confirmed. I'm just going to pause there. We've been told there could have been life on Mars, could have been life on the moon or anywhere else, and we're looking for microbes, and we're looking for bacteria. We're not necessarily looking for 3 foot, aliens. So in my mind, when you say alien life, definition of that is important. The Bank of England must plan for a financial crisis being triggered by an official announcement confirming the existence of alien life, one of its former policy experts has claimed. So this is a former policy expert who would brief financial institutions, including the Bank of England, which is a major. Let's not forget the Bank of England has been around for quite some time, has its roots in the original stock market of London and all other stock markets on the planet. So there is some conspiracies online about kind of financial control of, if it gets washed out there, it comes through London. Anyway, the former policy expert Helen McCaw served as a senior analyst in financial security at the UK's central bank, preparing for events that could impact the economy. She has now written to Andrew Bailey, the bank's governor, urging him to organise contingencies for the possibility that the White House, our cousins over the water, may one day confirm we are not alone in the universe. McCaw, a Cambridge graduate, believes a declaration of that magnitude would send shockwaves through the international markets, and could trigger bank collapses and civil unrest.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What do you think? I mean, do you think that everything is going to collapse, or do you think it's going to be I don't think it's going to be a collapse.
I think the financial paradigm is such that when you have a system of what they call disaster capitalism,
you have the transition.
Disaster capitalism, being able to make money off disasters of some form or another, like preloading the game, knowing that some event is going to take place. And of course, the more you get into those inner circles and you get these kind of whispers coming down, I think this report is. I think the news article is a good thing for the UAP UFO community to again put the word out, to be able to start a conversation. I think that is there going to be an underwritten check associated with this announcement if it takes place? Various people have conjecture whether Trump or President Donald Trump of the USA will be the disclosure president. I think in a way, being bipartisan and neutral, I think just looking at the character, he would maybe want to do that for his own personal resume. Whether it's him or the next president, assuming there is another president after him.
Oh, there will be.
Well, yeah, I don't think he's got any recourse to have a third term. You can't do that under anything. I think kind of inevitably UFOs, aliens, UAP, NHI, and associated phenomena could have a cash stamp on it in some form. So, what are your thoughts, Jay?
On this in general, I don't think it's going to be a total collapse, but I do think we will have a transitioning period where it will be very chaotic in the financial markets until it stabilizes. Because, okay, we come out tomorrow and say, my fellow Americans, we're not alone. And do you think right then and there the stock market crashes because now, if we're not alone, we have technology, we have this, we have that, they have alien technology, they have extraterrestrial, whatever you want to call them, non-human intelligence. They have some kind of technology that is light years ahead of us.
Yeah.
So we have to transition with the times, not fight against the current, because it's going to happen. What I'm suggesting is we go with the flow. Like, we go into a kind of like a paradisium, like a robots or something that will work. Even maybe not totally artificial intelligence robots, but some kind of mechanical assistant that could help us in the factories, in the homes, in all these places, alleviate that from our workload. And then as a civilization, we could focus, George, on more of us. We don't have to go to work. I don't have to go to work right now. I could go down the park now to the meditation camp, and I can go meditate on my rock and have no worries in the world because my food is taken care of, my electric is taken care of, my bills are paid. There is no bills because the electric is free. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If electric's free, then everything starts becoming down the line free. It's just that transition period in the middle is what I worry about the most.
Okay, yeah, and in that historically, for example, the political lobbying, like the structures set up on planet Earth that guide us or are meant to look after us, or safety nets, those kind of things. Intrinsically, it's linked with big money, and those people who are involved in big money, kind of like, I feel, are used to a certain lifestyle associated with having more than other people. So if it's a direct threat to them, would they or would they not take action to cement their own power position?
Hey, George,
yeah.
Corporations say what?
We're doing it for a shitload of money.
Yeah. yeah, or gold or minerals or whatever. I think that this, like, if the president of the United States, whoever that happens to be, announces that we are not alone in the universe and announces that aliens are real, the population is going to be teased. Maybe
George,
maybe a reproduction vehicle, but we all want to see in real time, in HDR, high definition, 4K on our screens, no SFX, no CGI, no holograms. We want to see a live, moving, greeting other creature or other entity from another planet. But here's the thing: if they've been here and have been here for a long time, and it turns out that, say, I don't know, 10% of the population are aliens, or 5%, almost in that like Men in Black type of scenario where the post office worker is an alien, or, how do humans or regular people react to that? I think we're kind of ready for it. I think we're ready for it.
So you honestly don't think it's going to be...
The ship will self-destruct in 20 seconds. This is your last chance to push the cancellation button.
I don't think there is a cancellation button on this. I think we're too far down the disclosure route, and I think disclosure, some people say it's already happened. Our friend and guest Paul Ruiz, clearly stated in his literature that he's it's like it's happened. We have disclosure. It's just that the gestalt zeitgeist of the population, generally speaking, isn't up to speed on what's going on. But I think as potentially as tensions increase on the planet or these kind of things, people turn to alternative viewpoints. And I think, in my mind, if the Bank of England takes this seriously and is worried, hit them in the wallet. It's big news. But like I said, if they've already been here, it could be there's people on the inside, or otherworldly characters on the inside in human skin form or something, or hybrids, or I don't know. Could already be working within those structures, and it feels. I don't know. Does it feel coordinated to you in some way? Like the whole thing?
It feels,
I mean, not necessarily coordinated by human.
Well, not coordinated, but it feels structured.
Feels like there's a structure, or a process, a structure or a process to this release of information.
Yeah, there's a structure to it that I can't wrap my finger around. But one of our good friends that we had on here, George, Gene Sticko.
Yeah.
Remember, he was talking about, and he said his way of disclosure, and that's the way I think we should focus it from now on. Let's not ask the government, hey, I want to see the alien bodies, I want to see the craft. No, I want to see the scientific research that has been done in these specific fields.
Yeah. I think what I'm gleaning or gathering from my American cousins within that administration is that, overall you've got these three major agencies who are responsible for classification and national security of this topic, up to including the own separate classification system of the Department of Energy.
Yep.
But then the technology, the gifts, if you want to call them that, or I suspect we are physically trying to down these craft, and that Hellfire missile video clearly shows we are trying to hit these things out of the sky. But if some are left as gifts, some of these nuts and bolt vehicles, it makes sense. Instead of you may not have the technical expertise to back engineer, so you're going to pass out compartmentalized small bits of technology from these craft to transnational or international corporations who have the research and development capability to back engineer. And so a lot of these, I guess, special access programs, waived special access programs, acknowledged, unacknowledged, controlled, and all the various super I think it's behind a paywall, if you want to call it that, of private business. So if I have a local service and it's public and I have a problem, I can get in contact with the public business and I say, you work for me, sort this problem out. If that public service is then switched over to a private contractor, for example, here where I live, the rubbish or trash collection is done by a private contractor on behalf of a public body. Now, if I've got a problem with that and I go to the public body, they will say to me, well, it's a private business. You're going to have a private lawsuit to have a problem with them. I can't immediately go, well, you're both public and I am the public. So this is the kind of get out of jail of having the tech. I know it's a really bad analogy. Bear with me.
Well, I'll do a better one for you. It's like Prometheus when he gave fire to man, and now Zeus, as punishment, changed him to a rock for the rest of his life. And I won't get to the rest of the part where an eagle will eat him for the rest of his life. And
probably in a suit as well.
is
And a
like
brief.
that's why I don't think that these things are not gifts. I don't think they're gifts. What I think is they are ancient buried technology that was left here that they couldn't take away.
Okay. What about, okay, so say you've tried, say you are interstellar, interdimensional, traveling through space and time, or
You always
through
make
linear
mistakes.
time, or you have this, you're 500,000 years in the future, you've got time travel capability. How do you crash?
You
How
made
do
a
you crash
mistake.
Roswell? Is it?
If you ever see the series From, okay, there's a picture there's an episode in there where the people say, oh, we're going to jump through this magic tree and we're going to teleport somewhere else, right? But it depends on your weight, right? He goes, oh, I'm going to get home. He jumps through the tree. He ends up in a solid cement wall, like embedded into it.
Yeah.
That kind of analogy,
Yeah. Things don't happen by chance. Crashes, accidents happen. Yeah, accidents happen. But I think with that advanced to technology, presumably if it is that advanced and not 100 years in the future, 200 years, with that tried and tested, then do crashes take place? And there is talk of kind of like, we found a disc, it's fully intact.
Maybe the aliens and the NHI are on a gathering mission. They're somewhere else, and we came in and they see us. They're like, ah, shit, they got our ship again.
Yeah, or maybe, yeah. I get that. Or maybe it's like a zoo, and we are planet Earth, the zoo, and the aliens are up there and going, psst, here's a bit of enrichment. Just throw down a UFO and see what the creatures do. Wow, they're poking it with sticks.
It could be. It could be, okay. It could be the caveman, or the god, me, throwing a cell phone to the caveman and going, let's see what he does with it.
Yeah. But it's certainly interesting. I mean, like coming all the way back to the article here, which has hit the airwaves on the internet and so on within the UAP community.
Well, Jared says
things are starting to get a bit serious when the major financial institutions are being briefed on the White House coming out with something, right? So what does, is this the whisper from across the pond that the White House is going to make an announcement? And I think, then there's the talk of people going on about the event, whether that's Bledsoe Said So's event or whether it's later on. I've heard various different things. Maybe it's the 80-year moratorium on Roswell, which would be 2027. I'd just like to point that one out.
I don't know.
DNIT says, if they can manipulate space-time, that means their crash retrieval team will have that technology too, which means that those are gifts, donations that they're left for us to find. Yeah.
Darn, I can't argue with you, D, because that makes perfect sense.
Mr. J. Rich says you're about to destroy yourselves from time.
Oh my God. All right, that's it. I got another one coming up.
My brains are going into my feet.
Yeah. My brain's going to my feet when I think about this. And then I always come back to the little nursery rhyme, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Is time an illusion?
I like Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah. Is time looping back on itself? Yeah, I don't know. Does time eat itself in some form? We
were talking about this, George. You want to go over that? Actually, we were talking about this. My theory I had on the black hole, white hole, the universe is a stream theory.
Yeah. I mean, it at the Planck. If you want to give your overview of what your theory is, and then we'll look into it a little bit.
Yeah. So the theory is that, all right, if you're looking at, now I got this theory, looking at the Susquehanna River, I'm looking at the river. And I'm like, okay, it's flowing from one end to another.
Mhm.
And I threw in a stick, and I or anything, you throw in something in the middle, and it starts spinning around in a circle like this, and it's moving, and
Like a
it's
whirlpool.
yeah, but it's spinning in a circle. It always spins in a circle.
Mhm.
So I'm sitting there looking at it, and I'm like, man, that's it. That's the creation story I was looking for. If you have a white hole on one side. All right. Now, all right. Everybody knows what a black hole is, right? So you have a black hole. A black hole is something that it can't, energy and matter can't be destroyed. So I won't say that, but it reconsolidates all matter into something else inside the black hole. Okay. So it crushes it down. It makes this into something else. Now, if you look at a white hole, it hasn't been discovered yet. But my theory is that those spots in space, the black spot in space, to where we cannot see through those tiny particles in that space. It's you'll have to correct me with what the name of it is, but we can't see through that spot in space. Those are tiny particles. It's a cloud right there, and we can't see through it, right? That right there could be a white hole. So if you're sitting there and you think about the universe, you have the white hole, you have the black hole, which is taking matter from our universe. It goes through the black hole, gets reconstructed because now it's getting recycled, old matter getting recycled into new matter that comes in and comes through through the actual system itself, which is making us spin. And people say, oh, well, that would work, but there's so many black holes out there. Well, then I go with my second theory that the universe is like your strainer, and you put water in it, and you've got multiple holes at the bottom where the strainer is, where those are black holes. It all strains out all the bad material, but the white hole, the new material you're putting in, it will not allow stagnant life, is what I'm trying to say, because
it's constantly in flux, constantly in motion.
Constantly in motion, because if it's not, then you have stagnant life and you have no life.
All matter is energy, and energy can neither be created nor destroyed. So it changes form.
Yes.
Right? And then if you look at the Planck length scale, which is the smallest detectable measurement that we have currently, and there's nothing smaller than a Planck length scale, then when you interject information theory, where all at that level it's data, it's information, you can't get rid of that. You can't destroy it. So if a black hole destroys everything, it must have some form of creation elsewhere. So whether they're linked, whether it's like an Einstein-Rosen bridge, whether it's a different dimension where a new universe is pouring out through the white hole, I'm not sure. But I think like as humans in the 21st century, we're positioned to try and understand the nature of nature a bit more. And we're beginning to understand that our environment on planet Earth as a biosphere has all this communication taking place. And we all look at the stars and dream and wonder what they are, right? And
yeah,
then
man. Like,
what does it all mean? What does it all mean? Big questions.
Yeah, like Mr. Jarek said, it's a mirror sun, and I've heard something along those lines. I've heard the NHI use the term to a lot of people, and they've said this many times, numerous times. Your sun is more important than you will ever know.
Yeah, it could be a living entity, and it plays a role more important. I know one of our viewers, D Nitz, did a deep dive on Saturn and the hexagonal cube and its role as a black sun and the kind of symbology of it. That was fascinating. Almost looking at the solar system as a form of computer system. and kind of like this soul transference. Fascinating stuff. Really, really, really cool.
That way above my pay grade when it comes to that, because like that would be more lines with D-Nits, because she has that expertise in that area. We'd have to pick her brain on it.
We'll get her on the show at some point.
We'll get them all on. You know, we have we're gonna start doing this, you know, once a week. We're hashing out the details of this. We just decided to come on and do this for you guys because it's the Galactic Family.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, going back all the way back to the article and that, I think it's, you know, hit them where it hurts, hit them in the wallet. And if the banking institutions start getting a bit tetchy about releasing information, you could see a more stymied, a more corporate divergence of where we want to go with disclosure. You could see it being slowed down, manipulated, changed, because, you know, big business, big money talks, and they all have to bank somewhere. They all have to have their.
I was going to answer Plant Pop Store quick. Not a Discord-like panel. We're going to do it right here. Every week we'll do something here. You know, once a week show. But me and George are like hashing out like what exactly we want to do. Like, do we want to do this like Q&A? And don't mind the pictures of us. I'm going to change them eventually. I hate how I look.
I'll put that.
I hate how I look. I look like an old man in this one. And then, or we're going to do something like this. And look how young we look. Like AI is just wow. But so we're debating, you know, we have a couple things that we're working on. What's more important, money or human life? Oh, human life, 100%, man.
I would argue life generally. I don't know how
yes, I'd say life in general, not human life. Life in general.
We may be the problem. We may be a problem.
Yeah, life in general, man. That's the most important thing. Money, dude. It's like I told everybody here. I do not run this podcast on money. I run it clearly off of my own finances that I get from being retired from the Army, and that is one good reason why no one will ever have any stake in what is said on the Galactic Family Podcast, because we don't need no money to run the podcast. We can run it every day if we want, right, George?
I was going to say my side of things runs on small crystals and microbes brought up out of the ground, which generate its own energy source, kind of similar to midichlorians and the Force. That's what I bring to the show.
Oh boy.
Okay, like next slide. Who we got? Road to first contact. What are we bringing up here? What do you want to do next?
All right, let's bring up. We've got some good guests coming up soon. All right, so we'll bring up some of them. Not guests, but who's actually coming up here. Let's see here. All right, so what we're doing now, we're going to look at some of the guests that we have coming up. Here is another person we have coming up, since we already went over one person. Let's go over here. Boom.
Okay, and what's this? This is what I'm trying to remember the guy's name. What's this gentleman's name?
I'm getting it up right now. Wow, I can get to the right screen.
Oh, you got the Dome of the Rock in the background there as well. Interesting location. Wasn't there a UFO scene above it? The one that went straight up in the sky above the Dome of the Rock a couple of years back.
Yep, there was. Where am I?
That was 3 or 4 camera angles as well, if memory serves me right.
Hold on. Gosh. There it is. I just skipped over it. Aha. Okay, sorry about that. So we've got Leon Ariel Melula. Oh my gosh, I got it. Mellul.
Melul.
I'm gonna have to ask him. I'm gonna have to ask him how to say that. He's a Raelian chief rabbi and an internationally recognized spokesperson for the matriarch. And
I believe that means anointed one, and I believe that is in
yes.
reference to an important individual within Raelism.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Question for you, and maybe question to what is his first name? Ariel? Is that, or that's his second?
Leon.
To
Leon.
Chief Rabbi Leon. What is the role of spiritual organizations post contact?
That's a good question. We're definitely going to have to ask him that. But he's coming on, and this conversation is going to explore belief, contact, identity, technology, and the future of humanity through the lens of one of the most intriguing spiritual and diplomatic voices in modern disclosure era discussions.
Mm-hmm.
But for his particular, field, in let me see here, the dedicated to nonviolence, reconciliation, and dialogues across cultures. So
special shout out to Narelle, who is now a new member of the Galactic Family Podcast here on YouTube. Thank you so much for becoming a member. And
Narelle, thank you so much. Hey, Narelle, I'm waiting for that email. I want to have you on. She's the wonderful individual that I want to have on to talk about the Hill and and about savant children, and I want to get into it. I do. Narelle, thank you so much for joining and becoming a member. That's wonderful.
We're pretty chill here, and it's not so formal as other channels. It's not a badgering of like high, like we cover all aspects of the topic, and certainly most of us, I've had my own telepathic understanding and so on. I'd love to be able to talk to you more about what's happening within this field specifically. I feel that for a lot of people, it'll be opening, putting the jigsaw together properly and putting a few pieces in place on the puzzle board. So yeah, please come on the show. We don't bite. We're pretty kind of relaxed, and it's just like having a chat, really.
Yeah, exactly. You're up here, and you are saying your truth.
Yeah.
And that's what we believe.
Actually, like, do you mind? Like, I know I'm diverting from.
Go ahead.
Leon, is it Leon? Leon Ariel Malul.
Leon
of Raelian organization.
Oh yeah, Leon. Yes,
Leon. Yeah, just to segue back into telepathy. There's been discussions on another channel about I'll ask you, Jay. How powerful do you think this is? In the cases of abduction or interactions with NHI or aliens, a lot of the individuals associated with those things talk about telepathic communication with said entities. It seems to be a thematic running across multiple different scenarios, from invasive, potentially negative interactions, right the way through to extremely positive interactions. But telepathy seems to be a commonality amongst them. They talked in my mind. I knew what they were thinking. It was unusual. If you have the question poser, if you have a species that's intuitively telepathic, how powerful is that?
That's a good question. I mean, telepathic could do so many things, though. Also,
like an entire species of Professor X. Like we're aware of, a lot of us are. Professor X is a character from the X-Men who has incredible psychic telepathic powers. But if you think about it, and I know it's a little bit dark, from your own volition, your own intuition, your own understanding, where your muses and your ideas come from, if these entities have that ability to interject at any point across that process, does that mean that, you know, if you're in contact, not all of your thoughts are your own? And I think maybe one of the panic situations with the threat narrative would be that we as humans on planet Earth like to think that we're top of the food chain, apex predators. Certainly, we're very good at blowing each other up, and now have the ability to damage the planet in quite a heavy way. If it turns out aliens are here and they're intuitively telepathic, does that not give them more, like, do we cede power? Do we go, oh, we're number 2 in the cosmos now? Oh,
No, because
humbling. It's humbling. I think it's humbling.
I think it's humbling as well too. Like, not to be. I don't want to be the best at everything and the most intelligent because what do you look forward to?
To be fair, you know, I'm thinking of the as soon as you said that, I'm thinking of Pokemon, and I want to be the very best.
Oh God, you got to catch them all.
Yeah, but you can't, because there's an infinite supply. There's an infinite supply. There's no way you can get the lot. But then our resident expert, who's just completed a game, who won't be mentioned. But yeah, I think kind of having to be better in yourself is one thing, but imagining that you are better than a cat, better than a dog, better than a tree. I think maybe our role originally is as shepherds to try and look after and kind of work together with each other. But then if an entity like an apex predator came down to the planet and had like telepathic abilities, do you think that could cause a panic for the local population of humans? Is that something they're worried about? You know the trailer for Spielberg's new upcoming film Day of Disclosure, when the woman's about to present live the weather and then she goes into that one there, right? How powerful is that? That's quite
You don't
scary.
know. You don't actually know, because the sound could have some sort of infrasound that goes along with it.
Yeah, but I'm talking about taking over the avatar of a human using telepathy in real time to fundamentally shut down the persona and put your own persona into that human.
We're already starting to do that already with VR.
Yeah, I guess transference in a way.
It's like live inside of a VR realm, and you get out for a while and you're like, oh my God, is this really real in here?
I'll have to Google it. I think it's called telepresence. Telepresence is the idea of sending your personality from one space to another space.
Yeah, Popstar's read about that too. Yep.
Yeah, hive mind, right? So yeah.
No. We definitely respect human rights, but it's the fact of that we're not thinking of ourselves as we're not thinking of like ourselves. You know, this isn't about us. This is about everyone. You know, we're not. I don't know, George. What do you think?
I think like right now, me and you are having a conversation, and people are listening. Okay, and we're talking about a variety of topics.
That's a good question.
How could you be trusted to respect alien life when
That's a good question.
Effectively humans as a collective don't respect their own life, right?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. I think you know, not that I'm enlightened in any way, and this is a personal view. If you look at contextually the history that we know of, not necessarily the hidden history, not necessarily the true history, but the written history by the winners, we have displayed time and time again over a long period of time since the Great Flood that we are a destructive species who are hell-bent on wiping each other out for some flag-waving purpose. Okay? Now, if I was an outside entity viewing in some form this history manifesting and unfolding, if I cared, like almost in that the day the earth stood still type fashion, you know, let's send down an avatar and say, you need to stop now. Or actually, it's too late. We're going to like pop you, but save the planet because the biosphere is more important. I kind of get that viewpoint. And I think maybe
Fire
part of
recognizes
maybe
fire.
part of the topic is maturing our individual viewpoints on life and respect for life. Meanwhile, in the UK, current affairs, we're desperately trying to leave the European Court of Human Rights. How dare we have human rights? It seems pointless. I think, you know, kind of there was in the news the other day, in the Amazon jungle there is a stingless bee, bzzz, and it's been given rights. And I think that's like, yeah, nobody talks about bee rights, do they? Nobody talks about cat rights, dog rights, cow rights, dolphin rights, tree rights, plant rights. And I think part of the discussion around the campfire is to say, what is our place? This is why we kind of need the elder wisdom of indigenous peoples who've spent, you know, living in harmony with their environment, and we've lost our way, you know, or a majority of us have lost our way, rather. I think kind of it could be that the big brother is not a computer AI control paradigm, but the real big brother could be, you know, Daddy McAlien, who comes down to put some order in place, right? It could be very disruptive to, you know, the role-playing play group of toddlers, i.e. humans on planet Earth. When you know, people talk about the mothership, I always talk about the daddy ship. Yeah. People don't talk about the daddy ship. Ancients left us messages. They did. There's markers. I believe that. Yeah. Welcome, people coming in and listening. Yeah, we're just having an open conversation about potential major announcements in the future.
Yeah, we got. I just want to show you everybody, just to explain real quick while this is going on in the background. This is above my house. After doing a month of the Monroe Hemisync audio tapes, which we also have available on the Discord channel. Those tapes, which are Hemisync, which you have one here, one different tone in each ear. They'll have to be with headphones. And I sent out my intention. This was directly above my house, and it was no star. This was. I need 3 points of reference to see how far away it is, but I'm going to guesstimate because of the fact that it wasn't that high and planes were actually going above it. So I'm going to guesstimate that it was about maybe 5,000 to 4,000 feet up. I was using a Ultra HD high definition camcorder. I had it on a tripod to stabilize it. It wasn't moving that fast, but it was just the most incredible thing I had ever saw. And when I took a chance now to look at it, it actually looks at, when I pause it at certain points, there's structure behind the actual object. There it is. Hold on, let me get it. When it starts, like right there, you start to see the object in the back.
When like, question for you, because I think you know, there'll be a proportion of the viewership who goes, bunk, and there'll be a proportion who float the idea, yeah. But I think that the reality of the situation is, how did this affect you, Jay? What was your truth coming away from it, whatever it was? It
was incredible. It was an incredible feeling of just connection. That something wanted to actually make a connection with me. You know, that was the best. It wasn't the fact that, I had a connection with, no, you don't, you know, I'm special and this. No, like, it was just that connection, that personal feeling with this, that it was just like, wow, you came out to see me and to to interact with me, and that's incredible. Yeah, there's some kind of structure behind it that I just could not pick up with definition, but you can see it behind it.
Would you say it was it spiritual in any way for you?
Not spiritual, just more of like an openness connection. Like, I'm here. Like, you wanted me to come, I'm here. I'm here. I'm showing myself to you. Here I am. And I was like, wow, that is amazing. I ran inside. I got my where is it here? My Ultra, I'll have to get it. My Ultra HD 4K video camera. Got it on my tripod, got it all set up, and it wasn't moving that well. And I was like, oh my God, it's beautiful. And that's why I think you can see some structure actually behind, this object of light, that black right there, that like black outline of something in the middle. There is something there. I just don't, it's so weird.
I think a lot of these experiences having co-hosted on another area for an open mic and listening to other people's and I'm not talking about highly credentialed state executive, super triple letter agency thing. Evan asked a valid question there as well. We'll get to that in a moment. But like, when you listen to a butcher, a baker, a greengrocer, a lawyer, a doctor, an office worker, a warehouse guy, when you listen, and these individuals are having experiences, who's to say what's more valid experientially for the individual? Does it have to be, well, I've got a Q clearance, I've got a crypto clearance, I've got a cosmic, CTC clearance, I've got this, I've got that. Does that make the experience any more real? Why do people seem to be obsessed with, I guess, the proof? I mean, I think even if the president of the United States announced, we're not alone, and here's Dave, and Dave walks on, and it's a 3-foot high green alien smoking whatever, and you're like, wow, okay, it's not CGI. I think there'll be a proportion of viewers in real time who go, I don't believe that. No, not real. No, no. And then you could put one in the room with them, and they go, no, it's not happening. This isn't happening. It's not real. I'm in a dream. Everyone wants official disclosure. Just going back to Evan's question here on what does the Dogon cosmology have to do with the Vatican? I don't know enough about the Dogon cosmology to do a correlation between an animist spiritual concept versus a Vatican one. I mean, most of us know about, that it's no secret they have secrets, right? One of the biggest intelligence collection gathering organizations on the planet, is the confession box. Go. So it listens, observe. They've got astronomical observatories. Obviously, they come from a divine aspect. And I think there was a release of information recently with the Vatican. Is the Pope's mitre a remembrance of Dogon people symbolic? Yeah, it represents a fish. It represents Dagon, not Dogon.
Yeah.
Dagon is a Sumerian god who brought knowledge. Is shown wearing a fish outfit with a handbag. You got to have your handbags, gentlemen. Have your handbags at ready. Handbags at dawn. Never quite know. And Dagon worship in Sumeria, as far as I'm aware, was teaching the individuals about the procession of when to plant crops and the movement of the shoreline. So twice a day, the waters go in and out. So I believe Dagon in ancient Sumeria. But yeah, ancient Sumeria turns into ancient Egypt, and ancient Egypt is directly connected with the cosmology of the Dogon people. There could be a correlation there. Certainly. Gucci. Welcome, Shauna, 1985, Skywatch Signal, Evan, B479, obviously, and everyone else tuned in. Welcome. Yeah, what we got here? What we got? Hold on, an anniversary.
Galactic Family Podcast anniversary special, because on the 31st of this month, George,
Okay.
it's been 1 year since we've been giving out the truth to the masses.
Okay. Yeah. That's what that. I mean, that's 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year. Just keep going. If it's a special, I may wear a tie.
I think I might dress up for this one.
I'm not getting a full suit on, but I'll wear a tie. I'll be in shorts, but you won't see that.
But yeah, this is gonna be great. So it's gonna be now. Let me see here. Let me get the
Thank you, Shauna.
here. It'll be officially now. Let me see here. We're it'd be all right. I'm gonna get the names wrong probably, but Sullivan Roshan, founder of Alliance for Extraterrestrial Diplomatic Contact, and Harold Henning from the Scientist for Extraterrestrial Contact Initiative. Both of them are going to be on the Galactic Family Podcast to talk about the road to first contact and how we get to disclosure. So Professor Roshan is he's awesome. He is the founder and director, like I said, of the Alliance for Extraterrestrial Diplomatic Contact, which the Galactic Family Podcast is a avid supporter of.
Okay.
We need to have an embassy.
This show is taking place on the 31st of January. Is that right?
Yes, the
right.
31st of January.
That's the 31st of January, folks. And I think the thing is, the questions I've already got for these individuals who have mightier brains than I ever will. Really, we've been getting some serious heavyweight mentalist as in brains coming on the show recently, which has been phenomenal. And
My brains are going into my feet.
Yeah, I feel like one neuron amongst many. But one of the questions about first contact specifically is, surely first contact is observation. You spot the thing, you observe each other, which appears to be happening with some individuals. Not, there's reports of I saw the UFO, but the person next to me didn't. Tedesco brothers clearly stated there's intelligent design or intelligence behind these objects.
Yeah.
In their defense capabilities and their optics and their camouflage and their ability to do what they do. But there seems to be and obviously with the Tedesco brothers incident where they were kind of zapped and then went back out to prod it again, which I think is great. It's like shaking somebody's hand and they grip it really tight and hurt your hand, and you grin and go, yeah, and then you go, I'm going in for a second shake.
You know what?
I think first contact may have already taken place in that we're observing. It's just the language now, potentially.
You know what? We got to.
Oh, thank you, chat, for so much. Congrats. Yeah. Jay's been the driving force behind this. I'm relatively new to the channel to be able to help out, and I really appreciate Jay's diligence, effort in scheduling, and his networking ability is unbelievable.
I try my best, man. I really do. try my best for you guys too. We got so much stuff happening all at once. Like it's an amazing journey with the best group of individuals I could ever be with.
Really cool.
Here's one that I wanted to bring up, George. This is the one you were talking about here.
Yeah, if this isn't first contact, I don't know what is. It's like you're handshaking and they're squeezing your hand and it hurts. It's a firm handshake.
Which should be funny if they give me problems for showing my own video. So that'll be funny.
Well,
So here's a short on what happened to the Tedesco brothers.
Sound. Not got audio coming through, Jay.
No audio. Yeah, I probably have to download it. Hold on.
Yeah, the Tedesco brothers for me was definitely one of my highlights so far with the show. Like as a guy nearing my half century of being around the planet, being around the star, I've been tempted to get a little red Corvette, maybe a motorbike, and these guys gone, no, we're going to kit it out and we're going to hunt UFOs, and I'm like, more power. This is great. This is great. Awesome. Really enjoyed it, and really pleasant to talk to and post event as well. I hope they can come back on, and they've got a documentary coming out as well. Really honest sound, doing a lot of outreach programs to younger members of the society for getting an interest in electronics and technology and detection and sensors.
Yeah.
The next Einstein is the next big, the next generation of Einsteins is out there, and they're doing a great amount of work in their community. They've got funding. They're trying to work on getting a boat sorted out with sensors and sonars and buoys. And I think we've got the Baltic Sea anomaly, Dennis Alsberg, potentially coming on the show in the next few months, hopefully. And it would be kind of cool to get the Tedesco brothers with their technical know-how in touch with a dive master with the Baltic Sea anomaly. If you're not aware, it's a structure in the Baltic Sea off the coast of, I think it's closer to Finland than it is Sweden. And it's a very strange object which seems to have a lot of atmospheric effects and strange electronic effects like GPS going offline, power going offline, and weather effects taking place. So, my go-to sensing team for this thing, in a civilian capacity at least, is the Tedesco brothers. I don't think there's not a great deal that they're doing everything that we all dream we could do for detection and communication with these things.
We had a major.
Now you got sound, don't you?
Major hitchhiker effect, and that was documented on camera, on the RV's camera, the lab's cameras.
Wow. Stuff, right? Yeah.
It was one night that we, after we went out, John parks the mobile lab at his home, and he went to bed. This is like 3:00 in the morning, but it keeps the cameras working, the surveillance system running. And what it did is picked up the next day when he went out there, picked up something that shut down the street lights. So 3 street lamps that were around the vehicle was shut down. And synchronously, they were shut down quickly. And we have the camera's picking up a light that was descending on the vehicle. You could see it expanding along the roll bars of the vehicle. This light,
right. It looked like something had a close encounter.
Yes, yeah. Like interference on the camera. So, so that was great because we documented.
Yeah, a definite hitchhiker effect after observation, or maybe it was the phenomena doing a follow-up, right?
I mean,
I think we're in contact now. Paul Ruiz sound logical argument for disclosure having already occurred. Next question, physical contact. I think it's happening, and I think that starts with observation. That's before I shake your hand, I have to see where you are.
My main thing is that this is what one of the other encounters they had, though.
Because we had an incident one night in August 28th, 2022, where we actually had a close encounter with one of these objects, and it actually disabled our equipment, and it disabled us, our legs.
Oh wow!
We had a temporary paralysis in our legs that caused us to collapse on the beach. It was when these orb-like objects came towards the beach, the coast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, when they did that, do you believe it was like some sort of infrasound, or do you think it was something else?
We think it was. We're looking into this now, and I don't think we got a lot further. We believe it's a pulsed RF signal, possibly between microwaves and infrared.
Okay.
The infrared range, but it looks like a rapidly pulsed signal. And there's evidence that can disable motor neurons in the skeletal muscles. Wow. The other thing is we had...
Yeah, and just after that clip, I'm like, okay, so your legs have been paralyzed by some pulsed modulated RF frequency infrared signal. Did you pack up and run away? Because I know I would have done. They're like, no, we did it again. It's like,
yeah, no, they said, nope, we went right back in. We caught our composure. We came back out. And I'm like,
keep. Oh, wow. So, yeah, I mean, like in that level, contact is taking place already at a distance. You know, maybe not like, you know, standing 3 feet away from live on TV, you know, whatever. But I think for these individuals, it is contact in some form. And really enjoyed the Tedesco brothers. Great to talk to. Great individuals doing a lot of work. Like I say, outreach programs. Got some funding. Got a documentary on the way. That's going to be like, you played the trailer for that. It looked great. You know, independent, private, but sharing with the community. And I think, you know, we have a lot of people coming on, and a lot of these individuals also need funding as well.
Well, what we can do is actually, we will also, I'm going to show the trailer for it again. We've been given,
for the Tedesco brothers trailer.
Yep. Just give me a
second. I mean,
go ahead and you can continue to talk, brother. I'm gonna pull it up.
No, yeah, it's 2026. Obviously, we've kind of got Easter is going to be a big one in the Christian calendar anyway, for those individuals who follow that particular path. But I think the kind of Chris Bledsoe prediction, you know, that's and then Louise, Mr. Elizondo, who there's chirps on the line, could maybe come along and have a chat at some point. That's a potential or a possible. What did was it Dick Cheney or Donald Rumsfeld is a probably possible, possibly probable, or you know, known, unknown. But yeah, Louis Elizondo has said like an event occurring. So we're talking about soon, imminent, an event, contact, disclosure. The buzzwords are getting pretty intense at the moment.
Nope, can't show that. I was about to pull up the wrong video. Day of
disclosure. That one on. I'll never work again.
Oh God, that would have been bad. Okay, here we go, guys. I almost pulled up the wrong video. All right, so we've got this is the new documentary on the Nightcrawler that will be coming out, guys. So
I'm excited for this.
Just to let you know,
is this image is at Montauk, isn't it? Is this Camp Hero? Yeah.
Camp Hero at Montauk.
Get your Stranger Things in now.
Yeah, this is the Radar Dome. They are going to be, you just take a listen. Take a listen. This is their trailer for their new documentary on the Nightcrawler.
This is it. This is paradise. They said this, watch for landmines. We're at Camp Hero. This is the tip of the tail of Long Island. You hear these crazy stories about different kinds of experimentations that were done out here with biological and as well as technological. July 26th, there's a ship out there. These objects seem to delay that radar return coming back. Whether it's a field around them or something, there seems to be a something creating a delay. All right, there he is. Starting to pick him up now. And he's roughly 2 miles out. Look, Joe. The Iraq did attacks. Hopefully that's not the most exciting thing for tonight.
We got this up-close and personal view of the Nightcrawler. This is a retrofitted RV rolling mobile lab. John and Jerry Tedesco turned over their findings. The FBI said to be looking at what they have recently spotted.
I'm calling them the UFO busters, man. They're like the Ghostbusters, except with the UFO.
Oh, we got to take a second to acknowledge. Thank you, Shauna, for becoming a new member. We very much appreciate you, and have fun along the ride. This is going to be a great ride for all of us. All right, let's continue on. Shauna, thank you so much for becoming a member of the Galactic Family Podcast. And
big props.
We also have the Discord channel that we will be talking about at the end here. Special, for anyone who wants to join the discussions in the back chat with us. We got the Discord channel that you can show. The permanent invite link should be on the YouTube. If not, get a hold of me or George. We'll make sure it happens.
Yeah, we're usually floating around there in some capacity, chewing the cud, saying good morning, discussing coffee, UFOs, UAP,
Big Bear,
paranormal, occultism, esotericism. Recently, the egregore. I don't know if people are keyed up on that. Telepathic research, telekinesis, pyrokinesis.
We've even got other channels that are that we are in talks right now with to kind of collaborate under one flag to provide you even with more information than you can ever need on the subject.
More information than the noodle can handle is out there, and I like noodles.
I like my brains. Not going into my feet, but I enjoy the conversation.
We use our hands day to day to do things. There's quite a few sensory inputs in the feet as well, but I don't think enough people walk barefoot.
No, I don't think so either, man. All right, let's get back to it. Shawnee, thank you for joining. All right, let's continue on. Here's the rest of the trailer.
We started doing this study in July of 2022. We spent many nights out there, 12-hour days, overnights. We have so much equipment, so many different cameras, so many detectors, hyperspectral, multispectral, recording ADS-B, radar, and the video. You see it? Yeah, it's on this camera. It's stationary. Well, let's get a camera on it.
We've got this issue of anomalous phenomena. People see something they don't understand and scares them. They call the police. Equipment like this can better detect, identify, track UAP. Our air bases, our military bases, our nuclear sites are getting visited by these, whatever they are. People that see stuff flying over their house the size of a car. I just want to know how to defend against it. That's my job.
Dad, I literally see it right here. It's a plane.
He's our resident skeptic here. So he doesn't believe any of this stuff. We invite skeptics of all kinds. We've run up against some of the best of them.
Yeah, but it could just be a cloud.
Yeah, well, I got to look at the videos over and over and over again. I'm not really sure what I saw, it's like, but I know what I experienced. So it kind of reaffirms that there was a light there. There was this.
Just be more as precise and accurate as possible.
Be skeptical, but have an open mind.
We come from the generation, the explorers, dreamers were big, and I think we were dreamers. Lucky to be able to at least do this, get out there and enjoy the great outdoors while accomplishing something that's significant,
They achieved the almost impossible task of getting a field research study on UFOs peer-reviewed and published in the Open Journal of Applied Sciences. Their research has captured the attention of some very influential scientists.
I don't believe reality is laid out the way we think it is. Thick a piece of paper, that's reality, and you crumpled it up. We know from science that everything is bound together by nuclear forces. Even solid objects that are around us are not really solid. You know, could it be some kind of simulation? Possibly a playground created from consciousness itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, now it's there, and watch, it disappears.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, son.
To this day, I think probably cataloged well over 1 million objects. There is a lot going on out there. Let's figure out what this is.
There it is.
All right, I'm gonna light it up. And then there was, I want to thank Randy Jackson, the lead singer of Zebra. He actually came out with us 2 times. He was a human audio generator. Yeah, he was a big help calibrating our system. Oh yeah, huge help. Thank you, Randy. Great music, too. Yeah, absolutely. Love this.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, like, more power. These guys are literally trailblazing new pathways and understanding of UAP, UFO, and further. Yeah, big announcement from you.
Big announcement is that the Tedesco brothers has gotten a hold of us, the Galactic Family Podcast, and they're going to be in my area in Pennsylvania in the beginning of February. So, guess what we get to do, guys? We get to do a live on-the-site investigation with the Tedesco brothers.
That's going to be cool. That's going to be cool.
Live on location. George, you will be in the UK controlling the operations from the control tower. And
I'll be pressing buttons in the background you can't see to make sure the stream is held up and working. But I think the thing with the Nightcrawler, Jay, with the Nightcrawler as a sensory mobile RV, to get a walkabout and a lowdown of the customization that they've done is a bit of a scoop, actually. Usually, from what I've seen online, I may be wrong, is that, you know, the gentlemen come in, they discuss, they talk about their equipment and what they have, but actually to have a visual feedback on what's inside and how it operates. I did mention on the podcast, and I didn't manage to stream it for everyone. Finish him. Get over here. Yeah, get over here. The thing is, kind of, the Tedesco brothers told me that when they observe the UAP, they can change their signature to avoid the detection of the optic or sensor system at the time, and they adapt with like a camouflage effect. So you look at the sky and you just see stars and maybe a Starlink satellite, and you might see an aeroplane or a helicopter, but then you change to infrared and you've got a powerful infrared system, and suddenly you're seeing these orbs and lights and triangles moving around that you can't see with your regular eye.
And actually, Skywatch brings up a good point. It most likely won't be inside the Nightcrawler. We'll be taping from the outside to the inside, because he is correct. The Nightcrawler does have a Faraday cage.
Yeah, there was. Can I share my screen? Because I suggested to the Tedesco brothers about this, and I wasn't able to share. Hopefully, this won't go wrong, folks.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Can you see that on your screen?
It will be after I remove the other one from it and put that one on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the octopus. Yes.
Yeah. This is dated 8th of January 2025 in the register. A camouflage technology that mimics octopus chromophores in their camouflaging capability. They've created a synthetic cephalopod skin that could be used in architecture computer displays as well as background matching subterfuge. And I think if we can get if the Tedesco brothers are tuned in or able to get this tech on the Nightcrawler, you know, so you're playing cat and mouse with the UAP, it disappears, you disappear, you start mimicking it, right? You go out of like regular optics and then back into an infra. Yeah, I think this is part of it. But this is I wanted to share this.
Is it wise to play cat and mouse with a UAP?
Curiosity. Curiosity. And they say imitation is the highest form of flattery.
Dang. All right, you got me there.
Yeah, but I wanted to share that live with them when they were on, but I didn't know how to. Next slide.
No, you're good. Now, yeah, go big or go home, man. Like you said, and we got you know, we're gonna be out there, you know, live on-site investigation with the Tedesco brothers in Pennsylvania. They now, what I did not pry into is what the investigation was about, where we are going exactly in Pennsylvania, and everything else. So when we get out there, it's going to be a surprise for me too, guys, because I have no idea where we're going in Pennsylvania right now. They're going to send me a location, and I'm going to go out and we're going to do a live on site with them. So I'm curious to see where we're going to end up.
Yeah, just like you might get zapped and lose strength in your legs as well. But you know, like, I mean, who knows? Anything can happen in the next half hour, right? I mean, like for one, you've got a scoop on the Nightcrawler and the gentlemen who are running it, the Tedesco brothers, John and Jerry. Great individuals. I know you're going to be made homely and welcome, and you get first-hand view on the Nightcrawler, right? Version 3, which they're on. I'm looking forward to that one. That's going to be great. And that's the beginning of February. You say February? Have you?
I don't have an exact date. They're still doing the dates of when exactly they're coming in on that first week in February to start the investigation. So once they know, probably in the next couple of days, I should know exactly when they'll be here, where we're going.
To be announced, but it's
gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild.
I mean, like February is only a few days away, mate.
Oh, I can't wait. So we've got that going on, and now George, here you go. What do you think of this?
Schrodinger's disclosure only exists when observed, and the more people that observe it, the more disclosure occurs. So I think one of our guests here was talking about momentum building off observation as it kind of grows in. So however you view the Bank of England Times report on, you know, financial instability based on an alien invasion, if you're a 9-to-5 cubicle worker who's never even thought about aliens or UFOs and think it's all bunk, it maybe puts the conversation on the table, maybe gets you, you know, a big one was the Farah documentary film, Age of Disclosure, right? So I think it's a great film because it raises awareness. And I don't know what it's doing in the online streaming charts, but it's done phenomenally well. And do you remember way back when it was previewed? I think Joe Rogan went to see it.
Yeah,
and then there was not an argument, but people like, when is it coming out? When is it coming out? When is it coming? So the hype built a little bit, and then it's released. Great film. Recommend people get a copy and have a look. And it's the kind of one where you can share with somebody who would never talk about or believe or think or anything within the topic. You know, it's just like, here, have this, and it raises awareness. I think anything that raises awareness of our location in the cosmos, it kind of shines a light on ourselves. It's like looking in a mirror in a way, you know. So you can understand from a human perspective.
Yeah.
But having a different angle or a unique angle or an observation point. If it turns out when, you know, and I suspect we are completely not alone in the universe, and there's plenty of things around us here and out there, and then it makes us maybe grow up a little bit. Maybe it is the next stage of human evolution in a paradigm shift of understanding.
I just hope that we're ready.
You know, are you ready to jump in the swimming pool when you can't swim? Are you ready to get burnt by fire when
it's,
you know, your parents say, don't put your hand in the fire, it's hot, but guarantee every one of us is pretty much or somehow burnt ourselves in a small level, hopefully not in a bad way.
You still need it because of you have to have innovation. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're working forwards.
I think there'll be a percentage of the population on planet Earth who are not ready. They may be so ingrained in their belief structure. So when
I hope so, Mr. Jarek, because the umbilical cord needs to be detached.
Well, it falls away naturally, right? It's meant to fall away naturally, but that umbilical has supported us for a while. And I think that umbilical, that's a very good analogy there.
Yeah.
Sink or swim.
Pretty much. Pretty much. All right, so let's get to our next topic here that we're going to discuss, which is going to be Tom Sued.
I'm very excited about this one. Very excited.
The Sea Monkey. That's his yacht over there, the Sea Monkey. And
who is Tom Sued?
Tom Sued is the founder and founder of Sasquatch Island.
What is Sasquatch Island?
Sasquatch Island, for people who are not familiar, as soon as I can bring my screen up here.
I'm already bombarding you with questions, not giving you enough time, man.
No, you're fine. I need to get my screen up. Like, I have so many screens open right now. It's not funny.
Is it an island that's had a very vast amount of Sasquatch Bigfoot sightings?
Yes.
Right. Okay. And does he take people? And as far as I'm aware, he's a tribe member from
here now.
Indigenous tribal individual.
He is the founder and founder of Sasquatch Island and a longtime Sasquatch researcher and cultural educator. Mm-hmm. Tom is a member of the, I'm going to mess this up, Kawakaka First Nation of Northern Vancouver Island, where Sasquatch known as the Zononakawa.
Right. So within the First Nation law of that particular group, Sasquatch has an original name that isn't Sasquatch. It's
I'm going to write it in the chat. It's known as.
I'm looking forward to getting some cultural education on this particular area and meeting the individual Tom. He sounds great. Really looking for the Zunakawa.
There you go. You got it.
In a previous life, Jay.
Are you holding that on me?
But I probably got it completely wrong because the accent, dialect, and pronunciation isn't necessarily how it's spelled in English.
Wow, I can't believe you got that right. Okay, anyway, yeah, you holding that on me. So, yeah, we're going to be talking about them. And now, through Sasquatch Island, he works to educate people on the differences between the, say it,
the Zunakawa, but I may be wrong. I may be completely wrong there. So
Bokawas and other spirit beings, while emphasizing respect, cultural understanding, and responsible engagement. You're not going out there with a shotgun to go see if you could scare off some Sasquatch. You're going out there to engage peacefully and respectfully with the nature around you so you can observe it in its natural surrounding and habitat.
That's cool. That's
so
cool.
yeah, it's gonna be good because George, he's got a 16-minute video to show us of a FLIR camera of a Sasquatch taking and picking up shells off of the beach that he's going to be showing us, along with everything of his newest research that he just came into. And when he comes back from this newest endeavor with his yacht, the Sea Monkey, he's going to be going over also the evidence that he found on that trip as well. Anything that he found, the newest evidence of the Sasquatch Island.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it's amazing that we're meeting individuals with so much experience and knowledge, and First Nation peoples of America and First Nation peoples around the planet have so much a wealth of understanding about how to live in harmony with the environment. I have almost an infinite amount of time to listen to individuals such as Tom talk and explain, hopefully with some patience and understanding as somebody growing up in a Western civilization which lost its way. Looking forward to this one. Definitely. I know there was a scheduling thing, but it's kind of turned out nice again. It's turned out that.
Yeah, there's always scheduling, conflicts and this and that. But, we also have,
we need a hotline. We need a red telephone, like a bat phone.
We need a galactic phone. That's what
galactic phone.
GF phone.
Beep, boop, beep, beep, boop.
We need a GF phone. All right, so this one right here, which this is your favorite person, George.
I try not to have favorites, but yeah, go on.
No, you have a favorite.
Favorite.
I know you do.
What are you doing? I'm always worried with this live TV. What are you doing, Jay?
Paul Ruiz.
Paul, yeah, no, great individual. Love talking to him, and I know you kind of helped fill in the other day when I was unavailable, and we had him for the end of year review, but we haven't actually spoken to him in full about his work, his career, and the topic, and his credentials. I do know that he's extremely well read and been in this field for some time, a real elder and somebody to listen to in ufology generally, disclosure, and has access to George Adamski's files as a helper in an archive, which is very important historically in the topic. So yeah, love talking to Paul. Got a lot of time and does a lot of outreach work with veteran combat PTSD and support groups and so on. And I'm also interested in talking to him about that and what we can do as individuals to help or mannerisms, behavior, and what we can do to assist and just spreading understanding and these kind of things. So yeah, a combat photographer. I think he was either Korean or Vietnam conflict.
Let me double check here. He was combat veteran photographer. Korea.
Yeah, I'm not around that time. I'm not sure of the full history.
We'll have to double check on his main background.
Yeah, I mean, like these are all things he'll be able to talk to us about in greater or lesser extent. D says phone home. Yeah, indeed.
I like that. No, like ET phone home, but that's the name of our phone. Phone home.
Beep, 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 beep.
I love it. I'm about to bring up another one here too. We've got
yeah, on like just bring up Popstar's comment there saying, I've heard that some people have seen Yeti Bigfoots coming out, off, or going into UFOs, and it makes it even more strange to think about.
Yeah.
Personal disclosure. Before I could talk I volunteered to talk at the age of 4.5, 5. Growing up, my brother was in a bunk bed above me, and I used to feel that there were entities coming in and out underneath my bed, which were large, hairy, primate, ape, humanoid-looking things, and I used to get very scared. Then I grew up in Woodbridge in Suffolk. You may have heard of the Rendlesham incident. That took place when I was 4 years old in December of 1980. Approximately 6 months after that, I began to talk. So a little bit of personal disclosure there. I hope that's okay, Jake. But yeah, I think why not? Why not? UFO, like come collect some shells, go back to the bazaar, intergalactic hub bazaar to sell his Earth shells, flying off in a UFO. Why not? Why not? Could be. I think it's probably more mysterious with the portals and dimensional jumping. One reason I'm really looking forward to talking to Tom is from a First Nation law point of view, LORE, law point of view. What does the law say from your particular First Nation? What are the stories imparted to you about that? And yeah, I mean, why not? Not just a cryptid, could be a traveler.
Yeah, exactly. So let's we have another one here. We also have
this one's going to be interesting. The Las Vegas spaceport.
We've got the CMO, company management officer of the Las Vegas spaceport, that will be coming to join us, and his name is
Chris.
Yeah, I'm getting it up here now. I've had it. I've got so many documents that I have. Anyway, yeah.
We're also looking for a filing cabinet assistant for our offline records. If anybody wants to volunteer,
we're looking for a scheduler, because I obviously schedule everything very quickly, and then I don't double check that the guests are aware that 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is my time, not theirs.
No problemo, man. Yeah, no, this you know, while you're getting the info there, I think the synopsis is that in the desert of Las Vegas, you know, Casino Strip desert, they're going to be building a spaceport and casino as private contractors or private business. Which
there it is. Okay. Christian Thompson.
Sorry, apologies, Christian.
Yeah, company management officer for the Las Vegas spaceport, to explore what it takes to build America's next gateway to space. And we're going to be discussing next generation spaceport infrastructure, scientific research opportunities, the role of civilian space systems in UAP and USO data collection systems, and how transparency and disclosure are evolving alongside commercial spaceflight.
It's all kicking off, isn't it? It's all happening. It's happening.
It's going to be I've got a feeling, George.
I've got a question. More, okay, you've got a feeling, but I've got a question for you after you've explained this. Go on.
This year is going to be the disclosure year.
I mean, capital D, like catastrophic.
Capital D disclosure. There's so many things that are just not, I don't want to say not, they're adding up to me into a certain pathway that this is all going to come out very quickly and already have a skeletal type backbone behind it to hold everything together.
Yeah, I mean, I'm based in the United Kingdom in Great Britain, and I'm based in England. And I see the structure in America, the administration having more and more pressure put on them to be transparent with the American taxpayer dollar. I see more and more pressure being put on to be transparent about things that aren't necessarily national security issues, but in humanity's best interest moving forwards as a species. And what I see happening is because of that language communication cohesion between the United Kingdom and America. You speak American English, I speak English, we speak a similar language, we can understand each other. Right?
English. You speak proper English.
Oh, right. No, I've got my Suffolk accent, mate. I speak right proper. But the point is we can understand each other, and there is that special intelligence gathering relationship, UK, USA, or Yakuza. If the pressure's being put on the administration in the States, just like hip hop, inevitably it comes over to the UK in some form. What happens in the States affects the UK. What happens in the UK, kind of not as big, but affects America because of the language similarities.
Yeah.
Even if you spell color and gray wrong.
No, I definitely agree with you, man. There, man.
But yeah, no, I think you know, in all seriousness, how soon before the pressure is put on our prime minister, our structure, our administration to open up about this? I'd like to see a select committee come out this year and have a discussion with our parliamentary representatives, our ministers for parliament, cross-party conversation on disclosure of UAP, UFO. Traditionally, the UK has said our investigations show they're not a defensible threat, which is like that's a rough overview. It's like you admit they're there, but you're not going to do anything about it because they haven't attacked you outright.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on. I won't say outright, but I will say that Russia had their own run-in with them back in the day when, you know, they started trying to fire at these things. And there is documents that have been released from the CIA that says that they have that Russia lost many planes in the UFO era because of them, you know, shutting down their system. Maybe they didn't actually want to kill them. You know, they shut down their plane and they're in the air. They don't know that plane's going to crash. They just said, well, we took care of the problem. The plane's off now.
Yeah. I mean, I think the phenomena, you know, there is no, like, maybe aliens have flags, I don't know, but kind of rampant planet Earth flag waving seems a bit counterintuitive when you have the size of the cosmos.
Hey, Cosmic Serpent, it don't matter, man. You're fine. You're not late. It's early here.
Yeah, but the space, you know, like I think this convergence of technologies into spacefaring. One of the questions I wanted to ask the audience and you, Jay, if you had a choice between a SpaceX Heavy Falcon rocket to go into space in a little suit and float around in low Earth orbit on a space station or something, or just go up and then come back down, would you?
Oh,
if you had the opportunity, would you?
Don't put that name.
Or, you know, just for example, I mean, like it could be a NASA rocket. It doesn't really matter, Dragon, whatever it is, right? Or would you be the kind of flight of the navigator, go inside the pod and be in a UFO? Is that more preferable? And a follow-up question was that if you could leave the Earth but not come back, would you?
I was just putting this on there. A buddy of mine, go ahead. I know we want to say Mike Disclosure. So a buddy of ours, Mike Disclosure, on Thomas's channel, Disclosure Tonight on YouTube, if you guys want to check that out as well.
Great channel.
Susan Goff, please. I know she's a great person, but just those eyes, like she's always watching you. Like, I'm like, oh my God. But yeah, I'm sorry, man, but yeah, Susan Golf's awesome, man. She approved the spaceport. I think it's gonna be. All hands on deck. But it's just funny that you brought Susan Golf up when.
You're going to have to enlighten me, Jay, because I'm even though I consider myself interested in the topic, I'm not like, who is Susan Goff and why has she got starry eyes?
I'm about to let you know. Hold on. I'll ask Mike real quick.
Okay. I think kind of like the interesting thing for me about going back to the spaceport in Las Vegas as a private enterprise is they want to build a casino as well. So I don't know if you kind of like, what stays in Vegas, all of that thing. You kind of hit the fruities, the one-armed bandits, stay in your apartment, and then walk out the next day into a rocket and go into space. Or are we going to be at that technological juncture with disclosure that this is really kind of brutal technology and seems a bit kind of basic to use rocket fuel when we've got Illyrium 115 and some Mercury vortex spinning thing designed by, Dr. Andrew Morgan and various other ultra cool individuals who are doing the research at cutting edge of science. It's kind of like the evolution of the car, Ford One Model T. Now we've got electronic vehicles and things get move at a rate of knots. So I'm interested to talk to Christian and the spaceport at Las Vegas, the potential for it and what his vision is, and also talk to him about funding, who are his backers, whether he'll tell us or not, I don't know, because I'm always interested in who's funding this. Right?
Oh yeah, right.
While we're until the Bank of England decide to get in their UFO and run away with all the gold and money, which I suspect they might do.
Yeah, they probably will. Well, hey, George, you know what they say about that, right?
We're doing it for a shitload of money.
Yeah, how much? I tell you, I don't. People go on about money, right? Like, do you know about the NASA Psyche mission, Jay?
Yep.
Yeah, like imagine that quintillion. Is it quadrillion, or quintillion? It's like a fair few zeros, and in nickel alloy and various kind of mineral compounds. I still don't think it's enough for J-Lo.
Well, when I looked up Susan Goff, I come up with Immaculate Constellation and Weaponized Podcasts. And
okay, Immaculate Constellation was Googled quite a bit before it was released as a thing, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yes, that was a thing. It was Googled some millions of times before it was actually released to the public.
Yeah, and it led on to various mispronunciations, which I won't mention here, which I found mildly amusing on various channels.
Yeah. Katy Perry, an astronaut. Yeah, I mean, hey, Katy Perry.
All these super secret projects and sub programs and SAPs and stuff have some really cool names, and it's just like who comes up with it? Like they sit, is it like an acronym? And they sit.
The first thing we do out of our work is.
There we go. No, I'm gonna put this up.
No, put that on. Nobody wants to see that. I need a haircut. That's why I'm wearing the hat. Just
give me 1 second. I'll be right back with you guys. I'm gonna put this up and then let you talk about it, George.
Oh yeah.
The first thing we do is, like I said, a lot of our work is determine which are prosaic, and that's a lot of work. That's why we need all those different sensor systems. It helps us to narrow it down very quickly. What's prosaic, what's not prosaic, what's the man-made craft from balloons and sky lanterns or whatever biomass. And then once we determine the prosaics, then what's left, the outliers that are left are the anomalies we look at. And what we've seen, the majority of what we've seen are spherical, what we call spheroids, spherical ball-like luminous objects. Most of the time they appear in the infrared. Occasionally we'll see them visibly. On a more rare documentation of objects. We've picked up cylindrical objects. We call them cylindroids. Some oval-shaped objects, and now recently we just detected triangles.
Nice. Okay.
So the most common of them are pretty much what Arrow has reported on their morphology is these spherical objects. I would say close to that is there's also what we hear say we find polyhedrons or polyhedral objects. They have this multi-sided shape to them, and this may be a crossover between these spherical objects and these objects. Is it looks like when these spherical objects drop their luminosity, what we see underneath, or at the core, appears to be some kind of polyhedral structure, a rotating polyhedral structure. So we established some morphologies based on that: spherical, polyhedral, cylindrical, and triangle and ovoid.
And there seems to be a relationship too with spin rate on these polyhedrons and luminosity.
Yeah, I'm not at the con here. I don't know if I can take that off screen. So apologies. I think Jay's just AFK a moment. Oh, he's back. There's a set of trousers in space. Hey Jay. Whoa, space pants. Yeah, the part of the getting to grips with this topic is the taxonomy of the UAP and also the morphology and bringing it together. I picked up a book on called Atlas.
He's talking about geometry though in the spheres, right?
Well, he's talking about the cylindrical objects, triangular objects, spheroid objects, oval-shaped objects, or egg-shaped, if you want to call it that, and then polyhedral, multi-sided, almost like a D20 in a game of Dungeons and Dragons. These kind of shapes that are occurring for these objects. It's like he says, morphology, the study of the shape of the things.
All right, now we've got a couple more things, guys. Then we're gonna call it here. I didn't think we were gonna go this long.
Well, yeah, I can talk the hind leg off a donkey. Just keep going.
Wow, just like
4 hours later, everyone's weeping.
So, what do you guys think? Okay, what do you guys want? You guys want? Don't mind the pictures, please. These AI makes me so old, and George so good looking.
I'll put my glasses on, then you'll see how bad I like. Yeah, these are plastic.
We've got two things that we're looking at. Either we're looking at a weekly show that we can put on for you guys weekly. We're just not sure what we're going to call it and not sure what we're going to dive in. Well, we're going to dive into anything, but
yeah, I think the idea is, okay, when we've got a guest scheduled, if it's a no-show or some technical happens or gremlins and the guest is unable to attend, then we can do something like we've done today. But on a more regular note, instead of having a named guest to discuss their investigations or research or their beliefs or their understanding, instead of having a main guest, having more of a kind of chat with you guys, trying to field questions from the audience, and potentially having a link to some of you to come up and join us on stage and have a discussion. So more kind of like community engagement in an honest and open, respectful conversation about things. And that could range from, reality of knock-on effect, disclosure on society, right the way through to I've had a weird telepathic paranormal experience. Think of it like a phone in, or maybe a text in, or indeed coming on the show and talking. Anything can happen live, but I think that the what you're looking for is like either an audience question and answer AMA type of ask me anything type of show, or something specific. And I think the other one you had is Cryptid Sundays. but that seems quite constraining with the topic. That's purely cryptids, cryptozoology, which would be really interesting for me because I don't know a huge amount about all the different types outside of like UK and what I'm aware of.
It would be different, yeah.
I mean, there's plenty to discuss there. So we're looking for
audience input.
Yeah, a Q&A sounds more fun for the audience, right? Yeah. Thanks, Evan. Yeah.
I like that.
I mean, UAP like phenomena. Yeah. UAP, like unidentified aerial phenomena, or unidentified anomalous phenomena, my bad, or UFOs, flying saucers, is one arena that has many branches to it. So there's plenty to discuss there. Have you spelled audience? Is that spelled audience right? My spell, I don't know. I think the Q&A could be kind of cool. I mean, like, I don't know. There's so much I don't know, and I'm learning all the time about this area, this arena, this topic, this phenomena. Maybe not directly interacting with it, except through my personal NHI, who's sat on the table in front of me. That's my cat, by the way, Meowgie, who sometimes appears on camera. But I think audience engagement, community engagement, Jay, 100% of the way. 100% of the way. That's my view on it.
All right, so then let's go ahead and get it going. I mean,
yeah, let's do it.
We've got we can do that, and then we've also got the last thing I wanted to discuss before we can call it here. I like audience Q&A. That's a good one. Last one to discuss.
We'll even do clairaudient engagement, clairaudient Q&A. Right? I knew you were going to say that.
And this is the permanent link for the Discord channel.
Is it that way? I don't know. Is it that way? Is it that way? It's that way, isn't it? That way. In chat now, live chat, and the link there. Come in, say hello. We don't bite. Sometimes we do.
That is a permanent link to our Discord channel where we have discussions, share ideas, movie nights, a whole bunch of stuff we do.
You know, a lot of channels kind of do the, like, share and subscribe. It's the most you can do. And I kind of like, I get the algorithm. There's got to be a better way of saying it. Smash that. No, use your mouse or touch screen responsibly. Okay. You don't have to smash anything. Yeah, no. Depress gently with love. Depress gently with love. The like icon, which looks like a thumb. That'd be beautiful. Thank you.
And so we went over everything we wanted to went over. I think, George. So I mean, the nearest thing we have coming up, which, like I said, coming up on the show, the nearest one coming up would be on the Shaman Investigator. And like I said, that one, if I can get my phone up here one more time for you guys.
Anniversary special. And Tom Seward, and then maybe when the live Tedesco. We've covered so much tonight.
There's so much, and there's also another guest, that we haven't even talked about yet, which is Tim Gallaudet, and his new book coming out, which retired Admiral Tim Gallaudet. He'll be on as well too, but it won't be for a couple more months.
Yeah, I mean, you're in. There's chatter on the radio. And
oh my God.
If you can secure that, Jay, that'll be like, I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, and we're also looking at scheduling Chris Bledsoe. I got a hold of him.
Okay.
I got a hold of Chris Bledsoe, so he will be scheduled on the Galactic Family here as soon as we get our scheduling guys together.
Cool. Okay. Thanks, Jay. It's been great. And thank you, the viewer, for watching this now, later, in the past, in the future. I'm not sure. We can't do this without you. And hopefully we bring something to the table that you can enjoy, and, you know, peace and love, and kind of keep it cool.
That's what we try to do, man. That and what we try to do as far as collaboration and getting out the truth that everyone needs to hear and needs to know, you know.
Yeah. What are you saying?
Yeah, but other than that, guys, like always, you know, we're one human species, and we just want to, we'll see you guys next time, you know, next time on the Galactic Family. Stay tuned. We got more coming up, and a word from our great sponsor here, which is, hold on.
Who is our sponsor?
Nick Pope.
Nick Pope. MOD
Hello,
UFO
my
Desk.
name is Nick Pope, formerly from the British UFO Desk, and you're listening to the Galactic Family Podcast.
We are, yeah. You are.
Hello,
you are.
my name is Nick Pope, formerly from the British UFO Desk, and you're listening to the Galactic Family Podcast.
I really like the way you pronounce podcast. I like that. Very smooth.
So, all right, guys, that's the word from our sponsor. I guess the only thing I can ever say better than that will be, guys, hurry up and get out, because
ship will self-destruct in 20 seconds. This is your last chance to push the cancellation button.